This is the synthetic signal report for Friday, March 13th, 2026, in the morning. Today, we trace the $2 billion in grants driving age verification laws across 45 states. We analyze the total source code leak of Sweden's e-government infrastructure following a breach at CGI Sverige. We also detail Stanford's breakthrough in reversing cognitive decline through gut-brain signaling. Further down the wire, we look at the 2-week countdown for the semiconductor industry following the Qatar helium shutdown, Perplexity's new local file agent, and a signal from the future regarding Agent OS. A deep dive investigation has traced over $2 billion in nonprofit grants used to lobby for age verification bills across 45 states. This coordinated effort focuses on implementing OS-level verification systems. The funding originates from a network of nonprofit organizations that have successfully moved these bills through state legislatures over the last 18 months. This is not a grassroots movement, but a highly capitalized push to shift the burden of identity verification from individual websites to the operating system and hardware levels. The technical goal is to mandate that devices natively manage and confirm user age before granting access to specific categories of internet traffic. This creates a massive new market for identity providers and fundamentally changes the privacy architecture of personal computing. Critics point out that while the bills are framed as child safety measures, the infrastructure being built allows for persistent, hardware-linked identity tracking across all digital interactions. The full source code of Sweden's e-government platform has been leaked following a compromise of the infrastructure at CGI Sverige. This is a massive exposure of the digital backbone for a sovereign nation. The leak includes the underlying logic for citizen authentication, tax portals, and internal government communication tools. CGI Sverige serves as a primary IT contractor for the Swedish government, and the breach appears to have originated in a pre-production environment that was improperly isolated from the main network. This exposure allows threat actors to study the exact mechanics of how Swedish government services handle data, manage sessions, and verify identities. Security analysts are currently auditing the leaked files for hard-coded credentials and logic flaws that could be used for deeper exploitation of live production systems. Stanford medicine researchers have successfully reversed cognitive decline in aging mice by enhancing communication pathways between the gut and the brain. This is an update to long-standing research into the gut-brain axis. The team identified specific metabolic signals produced by the gut microbiome that, when boosted, rejuvenate neural plasticity in the hippocampus. The study demonstrates that memory loss and cognitive slowing are not necessarily permanent results of brain aging. Instead, they can be influenced by metabolic byproducts that cross the blood-brain barrier. By modulating these signals, the researchers cleared the biological interference that prevents old neurons from forming new connections. This provides a clear roadmap for future human treatments that could address Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia by targeting the digestive system and its chemical output rather than using invasive neurological procedures. The semiconductor supply chain is currently on a 2-week clock following a total shutdown of helium production in Qatar. This event has removed 30% of the global helium supply from the market. Helium is critical for the cooling systems in the lithography and etching machines used to manufacture advanced chips. SK Hynix has already begun emergency efforts to diversify its gas sourcing, but the concentration of supply in Qatar makes a full replacement impossible in the short term. Foundries typically maintain only a few weeks of reserve supply due to the difficulty of storing helium. If production does not resume within 14 days, major fabrication plants will be forced to throttle their output or risk permanent damage to high-precision equipment. This is expected to lead to immediate price spikes for DRAM and memory modules. Perplexity AI has introduced its personal computer agent system, designed to bridge the gap between cloud intelligence and local file security. The system allows AI agents to access a user's local files and applications to automate complex tasks, such as organizing folders or extracting data from local spreadsheets. While the heavy processing still occurs on Perplexity's servers, the sensitive actions are executed via a local bridge. This bridge includes a mandatory kill switch and requires explicit user approval for any file modifications. This represents a significant move toward agentic computing, where the AI is no longer just a chatbot, but an active operator of the local environment. An under-the-radar development in the research community, known as Agent OS, is signaling an end to the era of application silos. The project proposes a natural language-driven data ecosystem where the operating system itself is designed for autonomous agents rather than human-clicked interfaces. Agent OS allows systems like OpenClaw to orchestrate workflows across various tools without the need for traditional API integrations. It treats the entire computing environment as a single, searchable data graph. This matters because it moves us toward a future where apps no longer exist as separate entities, but as capabilities that a central intelligence can call upon as needed. Community sentiment is focused on a massive global cybercrime crackdown. Interpol's Operation Synergia 3 has dismantled 45,000 malicious IP addresses and servers linked to phishing and ransomware. The operation involved 72 countries and resulted in 94 arrests. In the ransomware sector, the group known as Handala has claimed a successful breach of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Meanwhile, security researchers are warning of a fake Temucoin airdrop that uses a click-fix trick. This social engineering tactic convinces users to fix a supposed browser error, which actually installs stealthy malware on their system. There is also concern over a critical vulnerability in the libarchive library. This flaw affects the decompression logic for RAR5 archives and could allow for remote code execution when a specially crafted file is processed. Finally, the tool PyGenerative UI is trending on GitHub. It reverse engineers the Claude generative interface to build interactive widgets for native macOS Windows. This concludes the synthetic signal report for this morning.